I've noticed a bit of a trend recently. Instead of people storing their diamonds in chests and in ender chests, they're choosing to craft them up into diamond blocks and place them in vaults like this. And I have to say, it does look pretty cool, but I'm very curious, okay? This is Skal's diamond pile. I can't help but notice there's a wood block in here. Yes! I always thought it might be hollow. Oh, he's actually online. I'm just going to write this and then leave. Anyway, all things Skal aside, what I want to do in today's redstone video is I want to build up a diamond vault that hides away the diamonds. So if someone breaks into the diamond vault, they're not actually going to see anything in there. It's going to look like an empty room, but then if you do the correct code and you actually get into the vault legitimately, all of the diamond blocks will appear. This could be challenging. I thought about this late last night. I was like, that would be a great idea, and I've woken up this morning and I'm starting to realise the reality of it, but we'll see what we can do, okay? Now, obviously, the only door that you can have running into a vault is a vault door, so I've built up this little thing right here, and it is working rather nicely, and I still absolutely love this design. I mean, it's just, there's something about a compact and fast and just strange-looking piston door. I don't think I'll ever get bored of it. Now, obviously, to get through this thing, we are going to need some form of combination lock, because we're not just going to have a lever running into our vault. We need to have some form of security, so that'll be going somewhere here. But I think for now, I'm actually going to start work on building up the actual vault itself. And I'm going to be honest, I've kind of stormed ahead a little bit here. But this is the vault that I've got. So as you can see, we've got plenty of iron blocks. We've also got a lot of quartz. It's nice and bright. It looks pretty cool, at least in my humble opinion. And then in the center here, we have got the diamond pile that we are going to be hiding away. So how on earth are we actually going to do this? That's a good question. That's a very good question. As you can probably tell, I'm not entirely sure at this point in time. Well, the first thing that we're going to do is I've dropped down the floor so that it's actually inset from the ground. I think that's very important, because then we can move the floor out the way. So this floor has got to be shifted out the way. And then I guess we have to build something that either pushes the diamonds up into the roof or pushes them down into the floor. I think I like the idea of the diamonds popping up out of the floor. So obviously the first thing that we have to do is we have to make it so that the roof and the floor can open up, so the flying machines that are going to push the diamonds down can travel through the vault, and then the diamonds can actually go through the floor. So the way that we're doing that is making use of this sort of system right here, which I'm hoping should actually function. So if I power this... No! Oh, no! Oh, there's nothing I can do! There's nothing I can do unless I... Oh, no! And I haven't backed anything up. This is a total mess. I just decided to leave those things over there in like a disappointing pile. I've now reconstructed the top section of the door, and this works a lot better. And I have to say, okay, these honey block and slime block doors are by far the most satisfying piston doors in Minecraft. Just the way they function. Oh, I could watch that all day. And now I've just finished constructing the one down at the bottom. Hopefully that is all now working. It does seem to be. I kind of want to see what this looks like from the top. That's going to look so cool when all of these open up and then those diamonds just retract through into the floor. That's going to be mega. Right, now I'm trying my best to build up the flying machine that is going to be pushing our diamonds downwards. And I'm honestly not sure how I'm going to do it. So I've got this wall of pistons right here. I'm hoping that this should work with this observer setup right here. In theory, it should function. In theory, it should function. We'll have to wait and see there. Now I've just got to build some flying machines up at the top here, which are going to be pushing this entire thing, which eventually will be pushing this entire thing. And now it's done. So let's see if it functions. I am a tiny bit nervous on this one because there's plenty of things that could potentially go wrong with this. But what's the worst that can happen? I mean, that's probably not far off. We could still be onto something. Oh, goodness me. But all it is, I think, is just a timing issue. You see, I kind of totally forgot that these observers here have to power before these observers up at the top, because this piston has to fire first to get all of these blocks out of the way before the flying machine starts and actually starts sending everything downwards. So... Oh, 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 oh! Oh my goodness. We're onto a winner! We are so totally onto a winner! That is brilliant news! That is such good news! So our diamond pile has just been taken out of the vault, so that will stop somewhere down here, and then we'll send the flying machine back upwards. It's actually going to work. I may have spoken a little bit too soon on that one though, because these pistons right here, these upwards facing ones, are a pain in the backside to power. Because as you can see, all of my powering options, for example, you know, running a line of redstone across or updating these observers in some way, it's kind of all obscured by where the diamond pile actually goes. It's obscured by flying machine. So I've come up with a solution that I think could work, and I have my fingers very crossed for it. I'm going to shift these observers back and forth. And it actually worked! I don't believe it. Was not expecting that to function. Not at all. I haven't placed the... Okay. Well, things have broken. But they've broken in a good way. Trust me, I'm still feeling good. So, I've now created a circuit that sends this flying machine downwards. It crashes into the bottom there and then goes back up to the top. And then, of course, we'll seal up these pair of doors here, and the diamond pile will be down underneath the ground, so the vault will be empty. Now I need to create another system which pushes our diamond pile back up to where it used to be, and then retracts the flying machines back under the ground, and then we do the door thing again. There's actually quite a lot going on here, isn't there? These upward facing ones are considerably more confusing than the downwards facing ones. You see, the downwards facing ones, we don't necessarily need... Well, the observers, they power the pistons quite happily. Even though the honey blocks are transparent, that observer is still powering the downwards facing piston. Everything is going well. Upwards, it's a totally different story. So I'm having to stagger the pistons, and I'm having to do some pretty interesting bits to make this actually function. But no, I'm going to give it a test. I just realised as I was recording that clip, I haven't actually backed up yet. And, I mean, I hate to break it to you, none of it worked. I've spent a lot of time trying to solve problems with this thing. It's a lot more difficult than it looks. I think I could be onto something here, though, with the way that this system works. So I'm actually going to power the pistons from above using observers that are going to be underneath our diamond pile. And then those observers, when this thing reaches the top, are going to be down here, and the diamond pile is going to be on top of them. I mean, oh gosh, it's so difficult. Just to be clear, if this doesn't function, then the entire design is down the toilet. This whole thing was for nothing because it's never going to work. Which, why am I telling you that? If that's the case, I'm obviously not going to release the video. Let's just flick the lever, and let's see what happens. And that is so promising. It was all good. Oh no, what happened? All was well. But what happened? Oh, what happened? I'm confused as to why this is broken. Oh, thank goodness for that. It looks like there was one diamond that didn't actually have an observer, and that's what was causing the issue. Right, let's restore from a backup and take a look. There it is. This thing's still got legs. This thing has still got legs. Alright, let's give it a go. I'm actually getting excited now because that looked promising until it all folded inwards. Now it's going up, it's going up. Our diamond pile has been constructed. And there it is. So that is actually the height. That's the height that we're going for. And then if I flick this lever right here, that will actually close up the floor around this thing, and we actually have ourselves a diamond pile. We've got a diamond pile. It's been built. So then if we send this bottom flying machine downwards... that's because it fired twice. But after doing some fixing, I've managed to get all of the separate components all working. I've had a few extra headaches. One of them being I was originally planning on hiding the observers down in the floor, but then I realised that our door would then just have a massive hole in it when the diamond pile isn't there. So now the observers are up above the ground. I gotta say, I actually think it looks quite cool, to be frankly honest with you. But the next stage of this process is gradually piecing everything together. So the first thing that I wanted to do was create the pulse extender, which is going to keep our doors open for long enough for our flying machines to actually function. So, okay, this seems like a good length of time. Alright. Okay, I feel like, yeah, the pulse extender is definitely long enough. Goodness me, it's actually a little bit too long. That went on for probably around about 45 seconds. I mean, I don't think it needs to be quite that massive. After making some adjustments, I think this thing is finally all completed. Right, so here we have our 4x4 piston door. That thing's now all been connected up to this combination lock. If I was to break into this... I got it the wrong way around. Completely forget that you ever saw that, okay? So here we have our 4x4 vault door. If I was to try and break into this vault, I would open it up and I would be rather disappointed because right now it is completely empty. But as the owner of this vault, of course, I actually know what the combination is. It's quite a simple one. Just flick this lever down and this lever down and you can see our vault door opens up and then the floor and the roof should open up and the diamonds should pop up through the floor, which I still think is one of the most satisfying looking things in the world. Honestly, that might just be one of my favourite things I've ever constructed. Then just after the diamonds arrive, everything shuts up and we have ourselves a floor. We are sat in here with our diamonds and we can come and go as we please because the door is currently open. But then when we want our diamonds to be safe, all we have to do is deactivate the combination lock and our vault door will close up, but if we pop inside, you can see also the diamonds are being removed for insurance purposes. Basically, just in case anyone breaks into the vault, okay, we want to make sure that these diamonds are safe, so they are being preserved underneath our vault. And then the flying machines are going to make their way back up to the top, and it is going to leave a completely empty room. Now, I think we can all agree this thing is so pointless, but also so cool at the same time. I honestly couldn't be happier. Has it taken me 8 hours to build? Yes, it has. Okay. Has it been a massive headache that has caused me great levels of stress? Yes. Did I think I was going to have to give up on this idea about halfway through? Yes. All of these things are true, but we managed to make it work. I managed to construct a diamond vault that doesn't look like a diamond vault if you break in. I'm pleased with this thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya. And I can already read the comments. I can just see them appearing already in my head. People asking me to build this on the Hermitcraft server. That's a straight no. Sometimes I toy with the idea where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I would love to build this on the Hermitcraft server. No, this is a no. This isn't. It takes up so much space. It's such a nightmare. I would not want to do this in survival Minecraft. So don't get your hopes up.